night she'll be throwing the bash. I need a woman who'll treat me right. I need a woman who love and squeeze me tight. I need a woman. I need a woman tonight. I need a woman I can call my own. She got the love, the blues, and she'll buy me home. She'll tie me up at night and make me say, when the sun comes up, we'll do it all again. I need a woman who love and squeeze me tight. I need a woman who wanna treat me right. I need a woman. I need a woman tonight.
All right, all right, all right. Here we are, man. I almost played one more song, but there was enough of you here where I was like, all right, man, let's not pull a Jimmy door. Let's start the show. Brett Weinstein does that too. There's a lot of shows that do that where you get a thing that they're live and then you go and they're playing like, some music bed, some generic music bed or something. And it's just playing and they're like starting soon. And then, 10 minutes later, they're still playing this shitty. It's like, could you at least play something good? Do I got to listen to your production music? It's like boo 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 boo. It's this kind of shit. It's like what I use as a goof. Like here, what do we like this? Imagine you were just stuck listening to this for 30 minutes. Oh, don't worry, you're tired of that. Here's some more production music to listen to for 30 minutes. But that's not what we're about. We're about having fun and saying hi to Lizzie. Hello, Lizzie. And hello, Miss B. It cracks me up, Miss B. So, how much did you have? You said about $10 worth of GameStop uh, stock. Is that about how much you had, Miss B? Fucking Miss B. It's so funny. Why did you have any to begin with? Like, was that just some random thing that you had the Robinhood app and you randomly had $10 worth of GameStop stock? I mean, I know you weren't hanging out on the Reddit forum where they all conspired to do this. I got it as my free random stock. What, on Robinhood? Was it on Robinhood? Laughing. So you got it as a free random stock. It was $5. And what was it on the Robinhood app though? Like you opened up the Robinhood app and you just were like, "Oh, here's a free stock," and they gave you GameStop. That's so fucking funny. I love this story about what's going on with the stock market. And I was going to talk about some other stuff first, but yeah, I have no real agenda tonight. So, hey, what's up, Jordan? How you feeling, pal? I've been really depressed, and then I hadn't seen you around in a while, and I thought, I wonder if Jordan's depressed too, because it seems like a lot of people are. So I'm so confused. So as a joke, you checked in your Robinhood and you're like, maybe I'll be lucky and win at this. Oh my God, turning the stock market into a casino. I love it. So, but wait a minute. What do you mean maybe I'll get lucky? Didn't you? I talked about it last night and it's been all over the news. So it didn't occur to you, like when you saw it, that you were like, or did you forget that you owned GameStop? So confused by this. Did you forget that your stock was GameStop? And then when you heard about what was going on, you're like, maybe I'll get lucky and the stock I own is GameStop? Or like once you heard what was going on, I mean, you probably should have already. I think you would have made more if you had sold it like yesterday. But you should you sell that fucking thing. Get that out of there. You understand why you got to sell it, right? It's because it's not going to stay at that value. It's they purposely drove up the value of the price of the stock, so it's nowhere close to worth that. So it's going to come crashing back down, and it just depends on whether or not you're still in it or not. So last year in January, you got a free stock in 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 GameStop from a friend for signing up on Robin. I didn't think about it. I just remember today that I had stocks in it. Right, I get you. But when you were, but what I'm saying is, you were like, I'm going to open my app and see if I have a bunch of money. Was it because you remembered that you had GameStop, or was it because you were like, I have some stock. What is it? What do I have? And then you were like, oh, it is GameStop. And you're like, I'm rich. Oh, they're telling you not to sell it yet? Well, that's what those are the of course they're telling you that because they don't want everybody to sell it off. Someone's going to be some of the people that took part in this pump and dump of GameStop stock. Some of them are going to get stuck in it. And I wouldn't want you to be one of them. But uh let's but here's the thing. While we're talking about this, I'm assuming everybody knows at this point what happened with GameStop. And I talked about it, I guess, last night, but then I had to look into it a little bit closer and I heard some more people talk about it. And I have a better understanding now. And then I heard Peter Schiff talk about it. It didn't occur to me that what I had would have grown. I'm not versed in stocks. I'm not real versed in stocks either. But what I'm saying is, it never would have grown like that if they hadn't pumped it. So you got really lucky. You got a lotto ticket. And so fucking sell that shit before like everybody else does and you're the last one holding it. Okay, but anyway, so assuming that everybody understands hold on a second, I got to look at a friend of mine is yeah, that's very nice of her. You'll probably sell it in the morning. That's awesome. Okay, wait a minute. I want to. I can't. This can't be real. I mean, who? I got to show you something real quick. This is not what I was planning on talking about. Look at this. This woman has a giant dildo on her bookshelf. Come on, that can't be real. Who puts a dildo? It's from the New York Post. Who keeps a dildo on a bookcase, in your bookcase, on a shelf like that? uh, even if it's not real, it's funny. Woman goes viral after appearing on TV with dildo behind her.
I do. Job in the town centre in Cardiff. That came to an end with the first lockdown. And then also doing some research work with Cardiff University.
Jesus Christ, talking about shitty production music. Could you turn this music bed, could you turn it any louder? I can almost hear the woman speaking. Would you please make the music bed louder?
And that's unfortunately come to an end as well.
This is too funny. Size queen. Too fucking funny. Gotta get rid of it. I mean, that's a big dildo. Talk about a size queen. Maybe someone put it there as a goof. Like, I could see doing that. You know, if I was retarded enough to be married and my wife was going to go on TV, I could see, like, putting that on there without telling her. And then just gut laughing. And then getting divorced over it. And being like, that's why I didn't want to get married. This is exactly the kind of thing that I knew you'd get upset about. And now you own half my stuff because I did a little dildo prank. Because I had a little fun with a giant cock. Okay, so how great is it that the app is called Robinhood, by the way, and the rich are getting ripped off and the poor are making money? Okay, so going back to the GameStop thing real quick, what I wanted to say is now they're pumping up AMC. Let me find it. I just tweeted it out, but you got to take a look at the graph of AMC stocks. So they're just picking these stocks that hedge fund managers think are garbage and they've bet against the companies. And these guys are going, oh, let's help out AMC. They've had it tough. Oh, here it is. Took me a while to scroll. It says here the The GameStop effect is extending to AMC. The theater chain soared 300% at the open to its highest since 18. Look at this. AMC erases 2020's pandemic loss amid retail trading stampede. How great is that? Um, I love that it's called Robin. I legit thought that was their end goal. I didn't know at first it was an actual stock app. I am so confused. So yeah, AMC is the theater company that's like on the verge of bankruptcy because of the pandemic and all the other problems associated with going to a movie theater. So I'll start it through a Reddit thread, right? Okay. So apparently this is still new to a lot of people. So yeah, this is what happened. There was a Reddit thread with about 2 million people in it. Let me hit this shit. I got to smoke this. There's a Reddit thread with about 2 million people in the thread. And it wasn't just one thing that caused all of this. You know what I mean? It was the perfect combination of things. People perhaps having some, being bored and playing around, trading stocks for, $100 here, $100 there, combined with, apparently I forget the guy's name, but I was listening to Peter Schiff was explaining. I kind of dozed off. I needed to take a nap. So I kind of want to listen to the Peter Schiff thing again, but he was basically talking about how, what this guy did was he already made the investment, right? He already said, I did this. So he went on to Reddit and said, hey, everybody, I just want to let you know I bought stock in GameStop for the following reasons. And other people saw that and then they started piling on. And then it became kind of a funny thing. And it was basically you have hedge fund managers who had shorted the stock. And the people on Reddit, they were instructed, hey, buy GameStop stock, but tell your broker you don't want to make the shares, you don't want to share the sells back to the people that were selling short. And so you don't want to make that available to them, I guess. And yeah, it snowballed and they fucking pumped it up. And the stock went from being worth about, I don't know, $2.50 to like, I don't know, 150% increase or something. It was fucking nuts. But what's great is they just, of course, now in mainstream media and all of these people in finance, they're all upset about it. They're going, hey, this, you can't do this, even though it's the same exact thing they do, right? They go on the news and they, they take certain positions in the news that changes the value of the stock while their rich buddies get richer off of it. This was just people working the system the exact same way rich people have been working it. And now that they have all of these people are very, very upset about it. They're like, hey, that's our rigged game. And what's so great is my hair is really bad tonight. I gotta get a haircut. They're like, I mean, Peter Schiff is like, this is going to expose how rigged the game is. And look, maybe the jig is up. If they keep doing this and keep pounding it and they go, hey, assholes, this is what you've been doing, maybe they'll have to fix the actual game if the game is so easy to manipulate this way. But let's take out this newest one, though. This is AMC. So this is hilarious. We just got to know which stock they're going to do it to next, and then we can jump in on it, right? The shares more than quadruple to highest since October of 2018. AMC completes at the market offering, raising $305 million. So they surged Wednesday, wiping out all of last year's pandemic losses, fueled by retail trader optimism after the cinema giant raised new funds this week. The shares more than quadrupled to close to 1990, the highest since 18. Volume was 22 times above the 3-month average. Wednesday's move triggered 6 circuit breaker trading halts. Yeah, made a few millionaires overnight and bankrupting some as well. Exactly. All those people, all the short sellers, all the people that were shorting the stock, all are getting their wallets raped. By the way, I'm actually winning money on PI now. I took a fucking ugly hit, Jordan, that you didn't hear about, but things are they're working out for me now. We'll talk about that later. I should, instead of PI, I should have been on Robinhood this whole time, huh? So the stock, AMC stock joins a flood of consumer-facing shares like GameStop, posting triple-digit gains this week as Reddit-fueled retail traders drive up prices, testing the mettle of short sellers. AMC's ability to raise any additional funds at the current share price could help it navigate a liquidity crunch, said some jerk from Bloomberg. Look at that graph. That's hilarious. It's so great, man. And you could see the pandemic hit in March. I'm surprised the stock recovered as much as it did in the summer, considering where we've been at with this pandemic. It looks like it was at its worst right here. But, well, although it was just as bad here, it looks like. And then, it's so great. Just once, I would love to be on the right side of this. Gain isn't based on fundamentals and appears to be similar to the GameStop run-up driven by retail investors. It could help ease a severe liquidity crunch if the company capitalizes on the jump and issues additional shares. A year ago, AMC shares were trading at $6.36, reached a low of less than $2 earlier this month. While the recent move in AMC shares has been extraordinary, remain positive on the outlook for the domestic box office coming out of the pandemic. Really? I'm surprised because it didn't seem like they were doing that great before the pandemic. Short interest as a percentage of free float was 12%, down from 61% in December. In London, shares of Cineworld Group, another favorite among short sellers, jumped as much as 21%. AMC's bonds also continued their tear along with the shares. This is so great. It's too fucking funny. So never thought I'd have to explain capitalism to Bloomberg, but here we are. Lots of hedge funds overextended on shorting stocks, and a bunch of normal people figured out how they capitalize on translating that risk into reality. The free market is working great. I love this. This is so amazing. It's funny. This guy says it's the crypto effect on not GameStop. This is how crypto traders made all their money, pumping dumps on encrypted chats and YouTubers convincing people to buy their stock. So that's sort of like what Peter Schiff was saying. Let's look up though for Miss. I'm curious for Miss B. Let's see. When to sell. Here's the problem. The same people that told you to buy GameStop, not you, but the people that all jumped on, they by the time it's time to get out. By the time you see that you should get out, Miss B, it's too late. So let's see. I don't know, man. If I were you, I'd get the fuck out of that. I don't see it. Let's see. This guy's Jim Jim Cramer's all upset about it. All right. Well, I can't. I mean, it's up to you. If that were me, if I started with $5 and I woke up and had over 300 off of some weird pump and dump scheme, I would consider myself like a lottery winner and I would sell that shit off. Take that $300 and fucking buy some gold. Buy some Bitcoin. Go from one flip to another. So look at this. They suspended AMC. How do you suspend or halt? But let Tesla fly. Not enough billionaires buying. See, they're now that this is going on, they're putting a stop to it. This is. I wonder if this is going to cause. Maybe this will be what causes the revolution in this country, when people are just so awake to how rigged everything is, and then when you play in their rigged game by their rules, they fucking start freezing it and saying you can't buy the stock, and unbelievable. This is the most, to me, this is more unbelievable than, I mean, so many fucking crazy things have happened the last year or so. I mean, this is just fucking so great. We got fucked a bit with this apartment, but I'm in about to move out and I need rent ASAP, but you're probably right. That's why I think I'll pull it out in the morning. Yeah, I'm gonna pull it out in the morning. How much, Miss B, if you look in your app, what was the most your GameStop stock was ever worth? We're going to talk about the doomsday clock in a second. At its highest price, what was your stock worth? You should be able to log in there and look. You know what drives me nuts is people who know me. You would think I generally don't talk out of my ass. If I talk out of my ass, I tell you I'm talking out of my ass. I'm like, look, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about here. We're just going to feel around in the dark and have a few laughs. But when I know what I'm talking about, and especially if you're close to me, I don't know, like my father, and I tell you something, you'd think you would just believe me. But no, it happens all the time. I tell uh, my, hold on a second here. So it looks like, I wish I could see the other, like that's in one day. Could you could you send me another picture of 1 week? But it looks like on this, it looks like on the one day. Okay, hold on. Let's see what do you got here. Okay, there's 1 week. So yeah, in 1 week, you can see it's all flat, and then there's a bump. This is so fucking funny. I love this so much. The 1 year it looks like so. Miss B is sending me pictures of her Robinhood app, and it's hilarious. She sends me these pictures, and it looks just like the AMC picture, where the line just is going straight up. So $380 a share. And let's see, how many shares did you have? It doesn't, I can't see here how many shares you had. It says buying power $2.22. So it sounds like you may have had just one share. Again, I'm not looking at her app. I'm looking at photos she sent me. But based on this, if your buying power was $2.22, I'm assuming that I think what you got was one share of GameStop stock. Because I think that's about what it was before all of this. So if that's the case, if you had one share, then at some point, if 380 was the highest it was, then you had $380. Yeah, tell me how many shares you have. But it looks like, in which case, you could get out. You could have made 70 more bucks, but you can get out now. I wouldn't stick around on that. Jordan, would you? If you had one share of stock and you were a broke fucking magician artist like Miss B. Let's see here. Yeah, you have one share. Oh, and is this the latest one? So now it's down to 292. Get the fuck out of that thing. Sell this. That's what I'm telling her. Thank you, Jordan. That's what I was about to say. If you were broke as fuck and you woke up and you had one share of stock that went from $2.22 to 380, wouldn't you get the fuck out of it? Now it's at now it's at 292. Sell that fucking thing. I know it's 292 now, but I'm saying it was 380 when you woke at one point today it was $380 because that's how high the stock went. And now you're down almost 100. Fucking get out. Sell that shit. All of my stocks equal. Oh, that was your total portfolio? That wasn't just the GameStop? I see what you're saying. Sorry. Oh, I got you. All right. Well, put it this way. You have more in stocks than I have in PI. But I'm coming back on PI. I'm learning quickly. I'm learning a lot. GameStop is climbing $30 a stock over this week. That's funny. All right. I don't know, Miss B. What the fuck? I'm a broke magician too. The fuck do I know? That is just, it's so funny, man. I think this whole thing is so great. I hope they just keep getting tortured. I hope they just keep pumping up. I hope you know what they should do is they should find some tiny public some company that went public that isn't even profitable yet or something. Find some company that could really, that's trying to do good in the world. And just go, oh, here's a little company that went public, $1 a share. They were profitable for their first year ever. They made $1 million. So they're like $1 million, their company overall is worth maybe, I don't know, 10, 12 million. They had their first profitable year. They netted $1 million, went private just a couple of years ago, something like that. And they just all fucking make the company worth $1 billion. The reason that won't work, though, is because there's no volume, right? The reason this is working is because they're looking at stocks that have a high volume of short sellers where they're going, oh, look at all of these billionaires rooting against AMC, and they're going to make money The more AMC fails, the more money they make. Oh, these guys make more money if GameStop goes out of business? You know what? Let's just rape their wallets. Oh, I love it. So it won't happen for a small company because there wouldn't be this volume of speculation of short sellers, you know. It's just to me, it's the most entertaining thing I've. Maybe 21 is a better year already. We've got a vaccine, and this was hilarious. I love when the internet gets together to do something like this. It's the best. What do we get here? All right, hold on. I would well, you know what, Miss B, it's such a small amount. Let me tell you something. Miss B was sending me a thing that someone wrote about whether or not to sell. It's such a tiny amount that, you know what, fucking in the grand scheme of life, is it going to make a difference? You know what I mean? Like, let's say you lose it all. In the grand scheme of the world, it was a fun run. If you hold on to it and it continues to blow up for some reason, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Fucking gamble with it. It's a you had a free roll. I mean, it's you know what I mean. I've raised more than that in a hand of poker, let alone what was in the pot. So fuck it. Almost feels like the good old days when Anonymous first came out wreaking havoc. Yeah. I can buy one corset and some cat food with this. You don't need a corset. Fancy new hats to play a rich mammy. Jesus. Let's check out the Doomsday Clock. This is something I've been why was I interested in this? We did a whole thing on this at some point. Remember, guys? I guess because shit was going so crazy, I looked it up and then we found out that it's doesn't get moved until I guess until now. So, all right, I'm glad I came across this because I'm fascinated with the Doomsday Clock. From NBC News, Doomsday Clock remains at 100 seconds to midnight, perilously close to meow a catastrophe. Denise Chow eats cats. Meow. Catastrophe. Humanity is perilously close to catastrophe. According to a group of scientists that said the Rona pandemic, coupled with growing threats from climate change and nuclear weapons, pushing civilization close to a human-caused apocalypse. Whoa. We got the pandemic under control. We got the vaccine. We got it. Come on. The Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, it's a group of guys that never get any pussy. They announced on Wednesday that it's symbolic doomsday clock remains at 100 seconds to midnight, the same as last year. That's the closest the timepiece has been to symbolic doom in more than 70 years of its existence. Now, the clock doesn't function as a prediction of calamity, but rather represents humanity's perceived proximity to human-caused catastrophe. The Bulletin maintained the doomsday clock since 1947. It's become a stark visual metaphor since its launch during the Cold War, when the clock's hands were set at 7 minutes to midnight. Rachel Bronson, Charles Bronson's daughter, secret vigilante and president and CEO of the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, said the pandemic functioned as a historic wake-up call, one that revealed how governments and international organizations are unprepared to handle complex and dangerous challenges. Well, why? I mean, yeah, so I guess because of the vaccine, they didn't move it closer to midnight, but It seems like I guess they're saying we're bound. I mean, I guess things didn't get bad enough for them to bring us. I don't know. Whatever. We'll read on. In this time of genuine crisis, governments around the world too often abdicated responsibility, ignored scientific advice, did not cooperate to communicate effectively, and consequently failed to protect the health and welfare of their citizens, she said. Well, she's a ray of sunshine. Well, she does work with the doomsday clock. Bronson said that climate change and the threat of nuclear war remain major factors in determining where to set the hands of the Doomsbury clock. Remember Doonesbury? It was, Hunter S. Thompson was always in Doonesbury, right? Anyway, but the Doomsday Clock, but added the deliberate erosion of science by politicians, particularly in the United States, it's been damaging. The Bulletin scientists acknowledged several bright spots, including executive orders signed by Biden to rejoin the Paris Agreement on climate change, but said not enough progress has been made in the past year to avert existential threats to humanity. The Doomsday Clock continues to hover dangerously close to all of our mouths and anuses, reminding us how much work is needed to push the hands away from our muddy wagon wheels. You know, if there was a doomsday cock that was like gonna fall into an anus right at the stroke of midnight from the doomsday clock, imagine that you have the doomsday clock, and if it hits midnight, giant cock falls into a giant anus, and it would and you would make it black, and people would say that was racist, that you made a giant, and you'd go, no, we're trying to go for diversity. Notice it's uncircumcised, or maybe it's circumcised. It's like it's a black Jew cock. Sammy Davis Jr. was a black Jew. Those are rare, huh? How many black Jews are there? Sammy Davis Jr. might have been the only one. That might be a cool thing to do. If you were, you know what? If I was a black guy, I would be like, I would convert to Judaism and be like, yeah, I'm gonna just to be different. These guys are always trying to, in show business, are always trying to way to be different. I'm trying to find a way to be different. One way I'm different is I'm a middle-aged failure on YouTube. That's different. You don't see that every day. There's not a lot of middle-aged men on just night after night gluttons for punishment. You don't see that a lot. Most people would have given up by now, or at least stuck a fucking gun down their throats. But anyway, the doomsday cock continues to hover. Oh yeah, we talked about that. Last year's update, which set the doomsday cock at 100 seconds to my anus, came all over my ball sack before the Rona spread to every continent in the world. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, former president of Liberia. Of course, you don't need to tell us. All you have to do is say President Sirleaf. And I'm like, you mean Ellen from Liberia? Of course, we all know. She said the Rona crisis is a timely reminder that similar threats should be taken seriously. Today, we have the opportunity for a global reset to admit and learn from past mistakes and better prepare ourselves for future threats, whether they may be from nuclear confrontation, climate disaster, fresh pandemics, or a mixture of all of these, she said. Of course, a lot of anal. It's going to be anal. What do you guys think in terms of doomsday cock? I was thinking about nuclear war today. The nuclear one worries me. While I'm a big advocate of using nuclear for power, I think nuclear power has a bad reputation, but if you looked into it, you would find it's the cleanest and safest and really best option we have. But people don't want to hear that truth. Anywho, I do worry about some Middle Eastern terrorist getting his hand on a suitcase nuclear type device and setting it off, in fucking downtown LA. One more reason to get out of this city and move to like North Dakota where the chance of getting, I got to look on a map, least likely to die in a nuclear holocaust. Got to move there. Wherever that is, that's where I'm going to move. I feel like I'm more scared of that than climate disaster is my point. Fresh pandemics, I don't know. What do you guys think? What are you most scared of? Nuclear war, pandemic, or climate disaster? Climate disaster, I'm the least worried about. Although, I mean, I don't know about it. It's not that I'm not a climate change denier. I don't know. I'm just least worried about that one. I figure I'll probably be dead before that one really matters to me. The Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, founded in 1945. Sounds like they were part of some kind of Nazi agenda. What else would you be doing during that time? The Jitterbug? I doubt it. It's a nonprofit organization that examines global security issues related to science and technology. Each year, the group consults with a board of boring people to analyze the world's most pressing threats in order to determine where the doomsday cock's hands should be set. Look at that. It's a good picture. I met Pat. I have a picture with Pat Sajak. I performed for him a couple times. Really good guy. Funny enough, I actually kept on like not recognizing him. He used to come into the restaurant all the time that I used to do magic in, and he's a really good dude. That's a question. Over the years, when I think about it, all of the people I've performed for, which audiences were the coolest? Right wing or left wing? The easy answer is Mexicans. I have never, Mexicans are my favorite people in the world. I'm racist. I do think Mexicans are better than everybody else. Anytime I've ever been hired by Mexicans for fucking anything, any kind of party, wedding, whatever the fuck it was, it's the best I'm treated every time. There's not a single group of people who treats me better. They it's amazing. They always are fucking fun, love the magic, want me to drink with them, want to take pictures with me, want me to hang out, never want me to fucking leave. Back when I used to do kids' birthday parties, I would do a kid's birthday party, and there was one in particular, but this happened a lot. But there was one. This fellow was like, "This show is very good. Now you eat," and I'm like, "Now you eat." Boy, it's a very good show. I forgot to do my voice. Rudy Lada hasn't been here. He's the one that likes my Mexican voice, and he's a Mexican. They know how to have more fun than we do. I love them. Most fun times of my life were all in Mexico. I'm with you, dude. I love Mexico. I love it's. I've only been to Cabo and I've only been there twice, but what a fucking great time. Yes, we know how to party. My little boy, he love your magic show. He says it's the best magic he ever seen. Oh, well, thank you. I really appreciate it. No, now you must eat some food. Well, actually, I'm going to get going, No, no, no. No, senor. This dude's older than me, right? I'm like 30 years old. The dude's, 55. No, senor. You have to stay and eat. What do you have to do? You have another show? I know you don't have another show. You told me. I asked you when I hired you. I'm like, well, no, you're right. I had a show before this. You were the show after. You're the last show I have today. That's right. It's Sunday. It's the last show. And what are you going to do? You've got a girlfriend? No, you live alone? Yeah. Do you have food at home? Well, I mean, yeah, I was gonna maybe what make some tuna. Actually, yeah, I was gonna have a tuna sandwich. No, 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 senor. Well, I'm only like 30. Probably more like a junior. Listen, junior, this is what you're going to do. You're going to put away your magic show. You put that away. You put that in your car. You may have to stay here, my friend, because I have tequila I made myself, and my cousin, he brewed beer. So you need to try that when you come back. You put this stuff away, and when you come back, I have a burrito for you. All right, dude, you better come back. I have a tip. I know you will come back because you are a Jew. So, Junior, you come back, I give you tip, I give you burrito, I give you tequila, and give you cerveza. All right, I'll be right back. I'm back. All right, here you go. Let's go stand behind the shed and we will smoke some marijuana. I'll get my cousin to bring over his beer. His beer and my tequila goes so good. Oh, and also, if you want to pet my pet donkey, my burro, I have a pet burro. His name is Wally Jr. You can pet him if you want. He liked the magic show too. I thought that was a. I didn't know if that was real. I thought that was like a stuffed animal or. No, no, he's alive. He's just mellow. He smokes a lot of marijuana. My burro, Wally. Yeah, man. Anyway, but in all seriousness, it wasn't too far off from that. This dude, his cousin or whatever, really did make their own beer. They didn't make their own tequila. He would not let me leave. He's like, "No, you motherfucker, you are eating, you are drinking, you are smoking, you are hanging out, you are listening, you're dancing, we're partying. It's Sunday. I know it's your last. You have nothing else to do. I'm like, fuck, okay, it's fucking amazing." I feel like I kind of want to make my first. Yeah, I should just do it. That's what I should do. I I want to cover uh, PI in a little while and my bets on PI. And I I started the domain bettingpolitical.com. I did actually go through and choose a basic setup. Um, let's see. Let me take. I have to look at it again. I got a lot. I got a lot of things to change on it. Here, I'll show it to you real quick. Little sample. So, I mean, you could see this is all just placeholders. Nav number one, nav number two, call to action, right? This is all just placeholder stuff. And this is set up, I think, kind of, this template is more like for like a video blog. And I'm keeping this real simple. I'm just going to do a straight up blog on this. And I'm going to chart my progress. But I want to have I was I guess I was debating what I want for my first post. I'm like, explain who I am and like this is what I'm all about and this is how I got into this and this is where I've gone wrong. You know, fuck it. I think I'm just gonna start. Who gives a shit, right? Um, I think tonight I'm just gonna give you an update. I'm gonna do a summary of where I'm at, what I've learned, looking forward, what my plan is, and some things I'm starting to understand. And so, and I'll just fucking make that the blog post, and I'll edit that shit out. I want to do it at the same time. You know what I mean? I want to. everything is set up. I'm already recording. I want to make the video at the same time. I thought I would do it during the day, but anyway. Let's go back and see what's on Yahoo. Boring yet simple way to reopen safely amid COVID. What does that mean? Newsom lifted the state's stay-at-home order. Outdoor dining. Okay, yeah, we know all this. But what's the fucking boring? Okay, you know what? You're boring me with the article. Bored. Done. I'm out. I'm fucking out. So fucking sick of coronavirus shit. It is what it is. I'll get a vaccine at some point, or I'll get it and I'll get over it. Then I'll get a vaccine. Whatever the fuck. Democrats are setting the stage to propose $300 monthly direct payments. Okay, let's see. Now we're talking. Let's get that socialism going in here. For families with children under 17? Oh, so what? Wait a minute. What about jerk-offs like me? Up to $300 to millions of families. People could opt to receive a monthly check or a lump sum after filing taxes. Biden supported this during the race. Democrats are expected to lobby heavily for it. What is this? $300 in monthly cash payments. All right. Each child younger than 6, $250 for kids 6 to 17. It's $3,000 to $3,600 depending on a year, depending on. So the plan would make the child tax credit fully refundable. People could receive the complete payment regardless of what they owe. We're gonna just give everybody. Hey, what's up, brobots? How you doing, guys? Fucking one of the greatest bands in the world. Tell the story. I'm doing a show for my people right now. I'll think of a story in a second. Let me finish this story for the people. For those of you that don't know, let me show you here. I'm going to show you exactly who the robots are. Give me a second here. I'll show you. I'm going to start by showing you the. What is he? What do you do in the Brobots, Sully? You play guitar or bass? Let's see here. You play bass, all right. I don't know why. Okay, Mike. Let's see here. I'm trying to fucking find. All right, here we go. This is the bass player for the Brobots.
Everybody to, can I call you Little Sully?
You can call me Little Sully.
This is, you know, Big Sully. This is Little Sully. They're both big and they're both wonderful.
Holy shit, you were young at one time. God, you look old now.
And they both bring great products to HSN.
You're being way too nice.
No, it's true.
Why are so quiet? What? I don't know what why are so quiet means.
You guys find awesome products for us.
Thank you so much.
You really do. So this is my first time to experience this.
This is your first time, and I tell you what, this is going to amaze you, Colleen. It's absolutely going to amaze you. And
It's going to amaze you, it is.
for the price, for less than $20, you don't just get the mop. You get not one, not two, but three pads. Now, these are machine washable. You can wash them 300 times each. So if you
Wow.
mop every day, which I'm sure you don't, right?
Right? No.
It could
I'm
last
not
you up
mopping
to
every day.
3 years. Plus, you also get this too, which is the handy organizer. This fits on your wall.
How old are you there, Sully? You look like you're fucking not, what are you, the 25, 27, something like that? Probably about 27 years old there, something like that.
It's the wall mount.
Let's see, what year is this? This is 20 years ago. I forget how old you are. I can't remember if you're older or younger than me.
That holds your mop and your spare pads. All this for $20. It's unbelievable. Now, if you think about $20, what's $20? What can it buy you in a store?
Yeah, no, I forget how old you are. I just saw that I see it's 20 years ago. Let's see, what are you, 50 now? How old are you?
It can buy you a string mop and a sponge mop. And these things, if you ever use these things,
This really is that guy. Just so other people watching, they're going, why are we watching this fucking old mop guy and this old like mop thing from You were 28. I was close. I'm trying to think. Did I know you yet in October of 2001? Had we met yet? Were you playing at 14 Below yet? Couldn't have been much after this when I met you. No, not yet. It couldn't have been much later though. Maybe a year or two, something like that. But anyway, so okay, now let's see if we can find. Let me see if I can find Brobots with. Let me show you. So there he is selling mops on HSM. I told you, people watching the show, they don't believe I know celebrities, and there's an example. And he's in the chat room right now. You guys don't even know. He's a legend. And he's in the chat room with you. And here he is in action with the whole band, the Brobots, a tribute to rock and roll. Oh shit, I'm gonna get a copyright strike. Let's fast forward. Let's see. There's got to be a newer fucking. Okay, there he is. There he is, everybody. Are you excited? You kind of know him now because he's in the chat room. This is a big fucking deal. I'm probably standing somewhere in here. Is this Jameson's? I know you guys have a better video than this too. You must, right? Give it a thumbs up. Let's see. Brobots. Where's your fucking... You have a website, I know that. Let's see. Brobots band. Here we go. I knew it got better than that. Okay, now I know that they look really cool, except this dude here looks kind of gay. But that's Sully. That's the mop guy. But he's not gay. He's married to a really beautiful woman. She might be a beard. The rest of the guys are definitely straight. They get lots of pussy. This guy, everybody's always shocked. But, oh, this will definitely give me a copyright strike. Oh, look, oh my God, wait a minute. That was him. That was him. That was a close-up. See that? There he is. So you got to see him selling a mop. Now you get to see him doing this. They're actually a very, very good band. And Sully's lucky he's allowed to be in the band, basically, is what happened. This looks cool as shit, though. They shot this in my apartment, by the way, in my studio. You would think I would use that for my podcast, but I'm like, nah, just save it for the bands, you know? Do something simpler for my podcast. Why does the bass player always get wrecked? I love bass guys. Bass players are the best. All right, let's listen to a little bit and see if we can do this without getting a copyright strike. Started off with a kiss. I'll sing over it and ruin it. Look at that. Look at the way they... Okay, but that won't get us taken off, I don't think. I feel like that sounds different enough that it won't get us a copyright strike. So how crazy is this? You guys have in the chat room, you've met the Reverend Carl, and you've seen how amazing talented he is. Now you've met the Brobots, and you see how talented they are. Even Sully. No, they really are. They're fucking awesome. You saw these guys live. They're fucking killers. And then there's what the fuck? Oh, and then Bob Golub from the movie Goodfellas was in the chat. See that? You guys hang out with me. You meet stars in the chat room. When he says, "Let me love you, baby," he really means just, I'm going to pump and dump you. When he says, "I'm going to love you," it means I'm going to borrow this dude's drumsticks and shove them up your twat and spit in your face because I'm a rock star and you're a dirty groupie whore. And it's the fucking 70s up in here, bitches. They seem like nice guys, but that's the way they talk when they're on the road. Oh, what do you think? Will this get us taken off? I mean, it's U2. U2 seems like they'd be really, really want to take you. What else we got here? As you could tell, this is kind of a medley. I know, you fucking Brits say twat. In America, we say twat. I say twat when I'm doing my English voice, I always say twat. Hello, you twat. When he says you've been struck by a smooth criminal, he's talking about he's slapping you in the face with his cock. And it's only smooth because he lubed it up with with your spit. He's like, spit in my hand. Yeah. How do you not want to dance when you hear this, huh? Come on. You want to dance? I'll tell you what, this is kind of depressing me. I fucking miss live music so goddamn much. And these guys play at a bar. I mean, Sully's one of my best friends, by the way, in case you haven't figured that out. And he's like family to me, even though he's really gay. And so, but I like it because he's got big hands and he doesn't get tired, you know. When a woman gives you a hand job, they don't have the stamina, the hand strength, you know what I mean? But when a guy like Sully wraps those giant mittens around your hog, he doesn't get tired. I mean, he was a drummer too in a different band called Meet Me at the Pub, and hold on. Fucking what was that fucking thing? It was called a what the fuck was it called? Not a promo. It was oh, here it is, EPK. So check this out. So he was a drummer in this band, so he could definitely give you a hand job without getting tired.
We are live, and this song is from probably the best band in the world. This is Meet Me at the Pub here on Lantern FM.
That's Jeremy. He's kind of a dick. He moved to Philly. He's cool though. That's Jack, the bass player. He's the best one. He's the most talented guy in the band. Well, when this was a band, they were together a long time, and Jack was the most talented and the nicest guy, and he was really the best person in the whole crew. Everybody else was pretty much dog shit. See, why do you think they're getting hit? They're getting hit all the time because their behavior. So this right here, 14 Below, is where I met these guys, and this was the first gig I ever had, my first steady gig, and I was there, I guess, for maybe a year or so before they became the regular band every Monday night. And I got stories. I'll think of something. But this is 18 years old, man. I can't believe this fucking EPK electronic promo kit is so cutting edge. 18 years ago.
How do we get the name Meet Me at
Hello, how do we get the name Meet Me at the Pub, did we?
the Pub? I have no idea.
It had nothing to do with the name Meet Me at the Pub.
It's a brilliant name, eh? Wouldn't you say?
How do you say it in Spanish? My Mexican friends are like, hey, what band you playing? Oh, it's Meet Me at the Pub. Me? Okay?
Okay.
Like, can't pronounce it, you know?
So this is Sully when he was the drummer.
I took a trip just the other day to a whole new land, a place to get away. I took a train, a bus, a plane, and then a boat. I wound up in a meadow, surrounded by a goat. The girls, they don't want to play with me. The girls, nobody wanted to get with Jeremy, so I'm right back where I started. She's been around the world 3 times. I've only been around my block on my skateboard bike. I'm not feeling right. I'm not feeling right. So I met Sully up there in Sonoma County Fair.
Must have been 6, 7 years ago.
Mike's down about 3 booths over from me selling that Wonder Mop.
You get not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 star fiber cloths. All this for $18.
So you think it's funny that Sully is a fucking pitchman on Home Shopping Network? Well, guess what? Fucking Jeremy.
50 cents, Jeremy, being a professional knife man.
Just one easy payment at $39.95.
Both these fucking guys selling shit to Midwestern housewives on HSN and QVC.
What cancel
Well, Jeremy still does it, by the way.
your second payment? And I used to pass him
I guess Sully still... Do you still do it ever, Sully? I don't know.
all the time to go outside.
Sully's brother you see on TV all the time. If you ever see a guy that looks just like Sully, but older and bigger, that's Big Sully. Looks just like him.
Gotta have a smoke.
I'm sure you've seen him. You'd be like, oh, that British fuck. With that, you know, the guy that used to team up with Billy Mays.
You know, and I never talked to him. I'd be like, what's up? He'd be like,
What's up?
what's up?
I'm like, what's up?
You know, and we kept passing each other day after day.
What's up?
What's up? Like for the first 3, 4 days. One day I was so bored, I brought in my guitar to work.
Want to play my guitar? I was like, all right, you know. So I get up there and I jammed a little bit.
I started rapping this mob pitch, you know? Like, pick some dust, dirt, dog, a cat, a kitten, chocolate sauce, mustard ice cream, broken up chairs, baby food, fish scales, those husband's toenails.
And he sells like 5 mops in the end.
And most mops are sold the whole entire fair.
And then we high-fived and our eyes met and we fell in love.
And that's how Meet Me at the Pub got started.
Tired of finding where it's at. So tired of feeling like a twat.
Twat. See that?
You know, it'll be alright.
These fucking British, these Brits, they say twat.
Tired of feline litigation.
Now, Jeremy's not British, but he pretends to
Tired
be.
of playing with my pink lip mastication. Is what I know I was put here for. And as I walk through your conversation,
We play so many different styles. You know, we do
Skate punk,
ska,
roots.
Yeah, my cameo's coming up. That's right. And I'm actually in here twice.
Reggae, punk.
It's pretty much the best part of this whole thing. It's me with, and still had long hair too.
Dub reggae. ABBA.
a little bit Latin.
I love ABBA, man.
ABBA sucks, by the way.
Jack will write songs. He writes funny songs. All Jack's songs are about pot, though. He's got pretty much a one-track songwriting mind.
We got some love songs in there. Love for the weed.
I don't know if you've noticed, there's a kind of a subtle influence in their music. Sometimes, like when they're singing about shit, like when they say ganja, they're not really singing about ganja, dude. They're talking about pot, right? So if you're on the inside, if you're a dunkaholic, shinizzle yo, fuck, then you know that when they go ganja, you're like, oh, dude, they're talking about pot. Ah, all the squares don't know.
She gives me sweet little flowers. She gives me
I come back again now.
gives me sweet little flowers. You can
I see us going
in my
far.
eyes.
Because most bands in LA are crap.
Disguise this love.
Look at that fucking, it looks like
She gives me
those three guys standing there look like
sweet
three
little
Alfred Hitchcocks
flowers.
standing together.
she gives me
When they sing about, hey, that's me, I'm drunk again at the Malibu Inn, they've been consuming liquor. And that's why I like these guys, man, because I drink, you know, occasionally.
So fucked up that night.
Where's my choke chain? Where's my choke? Where's my choke chain? High. Where's my choke chain? Where's my choke? Where's my choke chain? Where's my choke chain? Where's my choke? Where's my choke chain? High. Where's my choke chain? Where's my choke? Where's my choke chain? High. Where's my choke chain? Where's my choke? Where's my choke chain? High. Where's my choke chain? Where's my choke? Where's my choke chain? High.
Our playing is spontaneous. We'll just call up a pub and be like, hey, we're gonna play today. And so we don't promote it, you know, but then we'll call a few friends and they're all there. They'll all come if we tell
They're
them.
all there. Our girlfriends and
I
Zach.
can't say enough good things about this band. I've been playing and watching music for 15 years or more, whatever, and just solid, 100% solid all around.
I never
guys
remember
play.
who the, I don't remember these guys at
Good
all.
Antics. These guys are destined for big things for sure.
I don't remember were those two guys regulars?
You never understand the lyrics in that song. I mean, Jeremy, he gets really spaced out, and sometimes I can never understand like what he's singing about. I mean, who is the one who fucked the waitress? Was it me?
There you go.
Why do I feel
Like the world is against me.
and everything I do is wrong?
I think they spelled my name wrong. Yeah, look, Waldman.
And why do I have to
I remembered
drink
that.
the state of California just to write this depressing
John
song?
Chaplin. I remembered that you fucked up the spelling of my name. All right. So the brobots are hanging out, dude. That's pretty cool. We're back to practice now. Have a good time, brobots. Stay gay, Sully. Stay just as gay as you are, but don't get any gayer. Anyway, basically, back to this thing. I don't have any kids, so I don't get $300. So they're gonna pay me to have kids? I don't get it. Is this just for the Rona, or is this like forever? You can already get $2,000 tax credit for kids under 17. I don't understand why. I don't really get what this is. I love how if you get married and have. I keep kicking your ass. Thanks. I don't. Let me know when. I'll go bike riding with you, by the way, if you want to go. Maybe we could play chess in person. Fucking can't wait to see the Brobots perform. I'm telling you, those guys really are a great band. It's so different than Meet Me at the Pub. Obviously, you saw both. We went backwards. You saw what they're doing, what Sully's doing now versus what he was doing when I met him. But fucking best goddamn time of my life, and still good times. We still have a fucking great time. There's more good times to be had. I just love live music, man, and that's one of the things I miss. I mean, obviously, I miss pussy the most. Anyway, it just seems like you keep getting rewarded for doing the wrong thing, getting married and having kids. How about people like me that they talk about the environment? I don't have any kids. You don't see me bringing someone else into this world to consume resources and to pollute and maybe be your next school shooter. I'm not. How come I don't get some kind of like reward for not contributing to problems? Like, here's a bachelor payment. We're giving all certified bachelors, never been married, never had kids, and you've made it past 40? Well, congratulations. We're going to send you $500 a month. I mean, considering what you would have been paying had you been married and were giving half of everything to somebody else, this is a pretty good deal. Maybe that's what they figure. Maybe they're like, well, if you never got married and you never had kids, your reward is inherent in the savings and in the freedom of getting to have fun. Anyway, this whole thing is modeled on the American Family Act. Senator Michael Bennet, Colorado, Senator Sherrod Brown, Ohio, reintroduced in 19, garnered substantial Democratic support, including from Senator Cory Booker, New Jersey, Vice President Kamala Harris, something that really unites the Democratic caucus. Everyone has the goal of reducing poverty. Other douchebag who was anonymous confirmed it. I wonder if there's a bet on this on PI. Let's check. I'm very curious. Ah, shit. I didn't mean to do that. Let's go to the markets. Let's go to new arrivals. Let's see. Will DC become a state in 21? Doesn't look like it's on there yet. what is this thing called? It's like $300 direct payments. All right. So they can take the monthly payment or a lump sum during tax season. I don't get, man. Am I nuts here, or is this seem crazy? The poorest 20% of Americans. So the poorest people get the biggest benefit. Bottom 60% of Americans would receive 3360 on average. So it depends on how much you make. It's basically just an expansion of the child tax credit, which I've never understood that anyway. I don't give a fuck. I don't even know why I went down this rabbit hole because I don't care. How about that? Controversial leader actively collaborated with cops. Target drops product over alleged forced monkey labor. Okay, we've got Cloris Leachman died. I forget who she was. Was she one of the Golden Girls? We've got a million things here. Let's I don't want to lose these. All right, let's start with these. Monkey labor. It's from USA Today. I remember when USA Today was like the simpletons newspaper. You know, people goofed on it because they had their little graphs on the front page and it was easy to digest and you got it for free outside of your motel room door, outside of your Holiday Inn door. Compared to what media has turned into, old school USA Today was like highbrow journalism. Anyway, this is from USA Today. Target drops Chalco, I guess. Coconut milk after PETA's allegations of forced monkey labor follows Costco. Come on. All right. Let's check it out. Kelly Tyco. I had a Tyco racetrack when I was a kid. That was one of my favorite toys, the slot cars. I said slot. Target's joined Costco and other retailers in dropping Chalco coconut milk. The Minneapolis-based retailer confirmed to USA Today on Monday decided to remove products from the Thai supplier PETA, accused of using monkeys as forced labor to pick coconuts from trees. We believe in the humane treatment of animals and expect those who do business with us to do the same, Target said in a statement to USA Today. We take seriously the claims made against Chico, and given they were unable to sufficiently address the concerns raised, we made the decision to remove their product from our assortment in November of 2020. Are you telling me that monkeys were climbing up, grabbing the coconuts, tossing them down, doing kind of exactly what monkeys do, and these people were manufacturing that, and we're calling this like some sort of slavery thing? This is great. Pete has been pushing stores. Of course, they're always pushing stores. I don't even need to hear the rest of the sentence. You know what I mean? Almost every sentence about PETA starts with PETA has been pushing stores. PETA has been pushing farmers. PETA has been pushing children into traffic who they see eating McRibs. Anyway, they're trying to get the stores to stop selling coconut milk. What's allegedly made with coconuts harvested by monkeys. Sounds pretty cool to me. I would charge extra for that. Like, uh, I would be like, you know what? This milk is really special. Why is this coconut milk so much more expensive than all of the other coconut milk here at Trader Joe's? Oh, well, that's because that coconut milk is handpicked by monkeys. What's that? Yes, there's a bunch of monkeys actually harvest the coconuts by hand. I mean, by monkey hand, and they're like, no shit, yeah, the monkey harvested coconut milk. Well, I will definitely pay double, my friend. Is that why there's a cute little monkey on the carton? Exactly. Ah, he's adorable, isn't he, though? $1 from every purchase goes towards some kind of wildlife fund that never actually does any good. Would so that's another benefit of buying the product. You don't say. I don't. So this began investigating this in 19. It's been 2 years ago. By dropping Chico Target's joining thousands of stores that refuse to profit from chained monkeys' misery. Oh, they're chained. Tracy Ryman, sounds like a Jew, PETA executive vice president, said in a new news release Monday. PETA exposés have confirmed that Thai coconut producers are exploiting monkeys and lying about it. So there's no excuse for any grocery store to keep Chico on its shelves. But man, what if it's just really fun to say and tastes really good? And look at the adorable little monkey on the side of the carton. My daughter loves that little monkey. Sir, I don't think those are good enough reasons. You say these monkeys are chained. How are they chained? Is it a long chain? Is it a light chain? Do they get baths and shots and what's going on? I need to know more. Tell me about this monkey harvesting. And tell me why I shouldn't pay more for this, because it sounds amazing. USA Today reached out to the Thailand-based maker of Chico coconut milk. Oh boy, look at this fucking name. Oh boy. I might change my whole tune after reading this guy's name. Thepa dung porn? Listen, I like porn as much as the next guy, but I don't want any dung in it. And I don't even know what a thepa is. Some kind of exotic creature you get in Thailand. I don't know what a thepa is, but I don't want to see any thepa porn, and I certainly don't want to see any thepa dung porn. I mean, for all I know, you may as well just be like, one time I fell for a chick like this. I watched some porn. I clicked on it just out of curiosity. It was Gila monster porn. And there's giant lizards with tongues getting fucked. And I'm like, oh, the only thing that was saved it was there was no dung. I'm like, well, at least there was no shit. Because that would have made this worse. Thepa Dung Porn Coconut Company. I don't think coconut is going to cover up the taste of Thepa Dung, especially at the end of the porn. Denied using monkeys, previously told USA Today it's audited coconut plantations using a third party. It shared a copy of the 14-page monkey-free coconut due diligence assessment, which says 64 farms out of 817 were randomly selected and did not find the use of monkey for coconut harvesting. What if you use ferrets to hunt rabbits? Is that some sort of slavery kind of thing? Because they do that, they have trained ferrets and they put little nets on the outside of the bunny's like burrow or whatever, and the ferrets go in and chase them out into the net. Then they snap the bunny's neck. And I love bunnies, but I also love ferrets. Oh, it's so tough to The duality of man, my friends. Anyway, following the recent news about the use of monkey labor and very passable ladyboys, Thailand's coconut industry, it's all questionable where this milk is coming from, is the point. Chiku, one of the world's leaders in coconut milk production, reassures that we do not engage the use of monkey labor in our coconut plantations. Company said in the previous statement, which noted its suppliers have different jokes. Supplies have signed memorandums of understanding that no monkey labor at their farms. Costco dropped the product in October, and Wegmans confirmed in November it was also removing the product. In late October, Target told USA Today it was looking into Chiku's practices to determine the next steps. Well, after you hear that name, I think it's pretty obvious what you do. All you have to hear is Thepa dung porn, and you should be out right then. That's what I think. Oh, my friends. My ear is a little sore. You think it's the Rona? I hope I don't have the Rona. I got a bump on my tongue. Is it the Rona? I'm hungry. Is it the Rona? From Yahoo Finance, why 2021's surging stock market, it's not like 1999, according to Steve Case. This is written by Julie Hyman. Oh, boy. I wonder if she has ever been married. Doesn't seem like it with a name like that. I think if she had ever been married, I can't imagine. I don't think anybody ever married into that name ever. It's by definition. That poor lady's heard every Hyman joke on the planet. I can't do anything to her. I can't hurt her with a Hyman joke. She's a big letter J there. What happened there? I wanted to see what she looked like. There's a little picture over there. Little picture looks like she's cute. Anyway, I can't hurt her. No one could hurt her. She's a strong woman. She's heard every Hyman joke under the fucking tree. And that includes the cherry tree, if you know what I mean. All right? Who's with me? Hey, we haven't heard what the monkeys' wages were yet. It could be paying them fairly well for their work. Exactly. Those monkeys might be getting the $15 federal minimum wage. And health care. So, all right. Electric bicycle maker, Easy Go, 250%. First day of trading. Okay, there's a bunch of examples of companies whose stocks went through the roof. It's all just in the past week. For investors of a certain vintage, this might call to mind the heady days and subsequent crash of 99. And that's before even delving into the current. GameStop Reddit chat room induced mania. But according to one prominent investor who had a front row seat and lived to tell the tale, there are some key differences. Well, Miss B, I saw that thing. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. I don't know anything about stocks. I don't own any. Don't listen to anything I got to tell you about it. That's all I know. I got to get going, but it was a fun show. I'll keep you posted on stocks. See you later, Miss B. Have a beautiful night. You should definitely, that website thing is super easy. It's step by step. You should do it. So I hooked you up. Yeah, I heard that. I saw the meme too that Nokia was going to be the next one. I wonder if that's really true. That's funny. I don't have Robinhood app. Maybe I should get the Robinhood app and If nothing else, me, Jordan, and Miss B could buy it. I'll buy $20 worth of Nokia. I'll do it right now if you want. Jordan, give me $20. I get it's so weird. I've got this blog I'm starting, bettingpolitical.com, to track my progress on betting on predictit.org. And I keep getting I get these bouts of depression where like I'm like, oh, this is really fun. And then it just seems like, what am I doing? This is so fucking pointless. And like I remember, then but I just figured it out right there saying it to you. I have to always remind myself, just be present. Are you having fun? If you're having fun, do it. So I'm having fun. But I'm learning a lot, and we'll get to that soon. All right, see you, Miss B. You bought one stock in it because I'm poor. Bought one share, you mean? Okay. I'll buy one share of Nokia. If they keep doing this and you keep buying one share at a time and they're all worth like $100 a piece, it'll add up. That's too funny. But all right, so let's going back to we are living in the weirdest fucking times, guys. And how great is it the app is called Robinhood? Steal from the rich, give to the poor. It's just so fucking it's too perfect. Anyway, Steve K says the internet was just the coming of age in '99. Any company with .com in their name, people were interested in investing in. Many had little or no revenue. Some cases didn't know what their business model was going to be. Pure concept dynamic. That's not what we're seeing today with IPOs or SPACs. There's more granularity in terms of their growth trajectory. Yeah, I've got that in my pants when I look at. Anyway, whatever. That's not to say every contemporary. You know what I'm looking at. You don't need me to describe it to you people. Don't need to be gratuitous. Talk about that beautiful slit I'm imagining. Anyway, that's not to say every contemporary startup or public offering is worth buying. Okay, so blah diddy blah. Fucking everybody's speculating now. Okay, so he's talking about not every startup or public offering is worth a shit. Some investments have been good. Revenue nearly doubled. Online gambling companies third quarter. Stock valuations overall case. Isn't it funny that they made it illegal to play poker online, but now everybody has a goddamn Robinhood app and is just gambling it up? People that don't know shit about stocks. There's a lot of people like Miss B that just for whatever reason signed up for it and had a couple of shares of something, or someone gave them some, or whatever. They just stumbled into it. It's too fucking funny. I love this. I'm loving every minute of this. So they're watching retail investor action closely because that's where they keep doing this. The problem for someone like me, there's no data to analyze. We know it's telling us something about how much risk is out there, but just because it's bubbled up today, it's that feeling is we're at the top in the market now. I mean, I think you can't make that argument. I think this could go on for a while. So I don't know if I was somebody who made a living selling short on retail stocks because I thought the whole model was on its way out, I would just start selling all that shit off. Why fucking wait, play Russian roulette and see if the company you've, shorted ends up being the one. I'm with you, Jordan. I wish we were back on the gold standard, and I agree. It's all so rigged. It's all such a farce. So silly. Fun to watch though. I mean, come on. This is some. You called it when you said it was like anonymous wreaking havoc. This has like a very Mr. Robot feel to it. I want in on it. It's too fucking. It's just awesome. I love it. Wall Street gurus made millions admit they don't understand it fully. No one does. All speculation based horse shit. Well, it's one thing if there's a company, and you're buying stock in it, and you're assuming it's gonna have its ups, its downs, but over the long haul of you owning shares in the company, it will go up in value, keeping way ahead of inflation, and then you'll, at some point cash out, transfer into safer things, whatever. But that's a totally different thing than betting against companies. It's a different kind of speculation when you're saying, "Hey, look at GameStop. This fucking company, they're not going to make it. Oh, hey, let's take a look at AMC Theaters. Oof. I don't think they're going to do very well in the future." So you're betting against these companies, and you're betting that they're going to lose their value. It's totally different. And because not all speculation is bad, right? You need people to take chances on people that, for innovation, but what we've seen so many times is them using the media, these people that have these investments and have friends that go on TV and say the things that they want them to say, or they tell them ahead of time what they're going to say. What are you going to say when you go on there tonight? Oh, well, I'm going to say, okay, well, good. Let me buy some more of this shit. I mean, look at who was that? Was Pelosi one of them? Remember, somebody sold off all of their stocks right before everything fucking tanked with this pandemic shit. There was a couple of people, and it's like, don't other people go to prison for that? Was Pelosi one of those? You know what I mean? My dad was a stockbroker, and I don't know shit about the stock market. Now that I'm 46, I'm finally interested. Now that I'm 46 and broke, no, I was getting more interested because I actually was saving money before all this. I just went through my savings. I mean, you're supposed to have a year's worth of savings, right? Well, it's been almost a year since I've worked. So how much longer am I supposed to go? Hold on. Okay. It's funny how the lighting changes. All right, let's see what we got here. What time is it? All right. We got this. Get rid of this. Maybe I'll save that. The Doomsday Cock. I just feel a little like fucking like, but whatever. LA still suffering near record daily Rona deaths. That's right. West Side bitches, we're the best. We're number one. We're number one. Tom Tap with two P's. Wow. Let's see. We had 307 deaths in the past 24 hours, 11 short of the highest ever. This guy's trying to avoid that recall. They're getting signatures, and he's like, I better lift some shit because they're about to recall my ass. I'm winning money in that market. That's one we could look at since since I brought it up. Here we go. I'm up 275 in that. Enough signatures. It was up higher than that. I've been all over the place in that bet. I was on the wrong side of it for a long time. Now I've been on the right side of it. But so yeah, that's where I'm at. California at large reported its third highest daily deaths total on Wednesday, nearly 700. Wow. I'm telling you, this guy, it's like, well, then why is he lifting all the rules? Oh, because they're gathering signatures to get him out of office. On the brighter side, there's a helpful trend. There's a decline in the number of infections. There were nearly 7,000 new cases. It's down from a whopping 17,000. I wish I could get my health insurance renewed. I'm hoping tonight's the night that the unemployment is deposited into my bank account and I can pay my health insurance. So, what else we have? All right, who's this controversial leader? They keep shoving this down my face. I guess I should. Proud Boys leader. Prolific informer for law enforcement. Enrique Tarrio, leader of the Proud Boys extremist group, has a past as an informer for federal and local law enforcement. How much are the conspiracy theory people going to love this, huh? Holy fuck, I'm glad I clicked on this. This is going to be a field day for the conspiracy crowd. He was working undercover for investigators. This is after he was arrested in 12, and that was according to a prosecutor in a transcript from 14 federal court. In the Miami hearing, a federal prosecutor, an FBI agent, in Tarrio's own letter described his undercover work, said he'd helped authorities prosecute more than a dozen people in cases involving drugs, gambling, human smuggling. Really, gambling, dude? You busted gambling operations. It better have been dog fighting or something like that, cockfighting. It better not have been like poker games or like a roulette wheel in some hotel room. He's denied it. He said, I don't know any of this. I don't recall any of this. Oh, so now he's denying it. This fucking pussy. So he's a fucking snitch. All right. So that's it. I'm not reading this whole article. You get it. He's a snitch. Wife of TV lion on family's special funeral gesture. I liked Larry King. Let's see what's going on here with Larry King. Boop, 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 boop. I was like, man, I really want another bowl. Should I smoke another bowl or should I wrap things up? I'm a little sleepy, right? And then I looked down and I realized I'd already packed a bowl. So I've answered that question. You think this page will ever load? Oh, the family wore signature suspenders to the funeral service. Well, that's nice. Larry loved the ladies. He loved pussy. Gotta give the man that. And any man that loves pussy is my kind of guy, 'cause I love pussy. Do you love pussy? Who loves pussy? We love pussy. You love pussy? We all love pussy. Even women like pussy. Gymnast Black Excellence catches Michelle Obama's eye. What, she did a flip and knocked her eye out? And caught her with her big toe? All right, this looks entertaining. What do we got here? This is super high dive. Wow, look at that. That's pretty great. Wow. Well, that happens fast, huh? Nice ass. Wow, that's awesome. I'm not into that shit. Fuck that. Wow. It's fucking amazing. Not for me. Da, da, da. Walsh, that's the Christmas tree. What am I seeing? Oh, I get it. It's a weed thing. Gotcha. This guy's been injecting fake vaccines. Every time I'm trying to get done with Yahoo, trying to go to Twitter, get to PI, talk to you guys. But I mean, every time I refresh, it's something insane. All right, here's something. What do we got here? Putting Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill, it's not a sign of progress. It's a sign of disrespect. This is from Time Magazine by Brittany Cooper. All right, what happened now? Nothing's good enough, is it? I told you it's never good enough. So Biden's administration said they were going to try to fast forward that. And based on the current designs, a statue of Jackson would remain on the back of the bill. Harriet Tubman would grace the front. Everybody was happy about it, except this broad, apparently. What was stunning failure? It's a stunning failure of imagination to put her on legal tender when slaves in the U.S. were treated as, oh, Jesus Christ, fungible commodities. I told you. The imagery of her face changing hands as people exchanged cash for goods and services evokes for me discomfiting scenes of enslaved persons being handed over as payment for white debt or for not for anything white slaveholders wanted. I can't even get the words out. This is so fucking silly. I have a bad attitude tonight. I'm like, I do and I don't. Like, in terms of wanting to hang out, I'm cool and smoke this bowl and bullshit. But in terms of like picking what stories am I going to edit out and upload tomorrow as standalone stories, I don't know. I think what it is, every time I think about it, I'm like, what the fuck is the point? I know, I'm not going to quit, but fuck. And so then I look at these stories and they're all so retarded. I think I'm just having a day. I think I'm just having a fucking motherfucking whore cunt. Anyway, so this dumb bitch makes this long argument that I'm not going to read. You get the point. Handing around money with Tubman on, it's like handing around slaves. I get it. Symbol of Confederacy, slave labor, tone deaf, prisons, Harriet Tubman, black women, Tubman conversations, Harriet Tubman, heroic efforts. So, what do you? So, what's the summary here? But So I don't know. So should we just not do it? I don't know. What's the answer? Okay, I don't get it. Fuck off. How about that? Eat a bag of dicks. I don't care. I never met Harriet Tubman. Fucking. I'm sure she was a nice lady. This guy's injecting fake vaccines. Made him himself. All right. Can we please get the fuck off of Yahoo? No, we can't. Come on. Too good. Biden's new sign language interpreter runs a right wing Facebook group and has been pictured in a MAGA hat. James Crump. So I guess if you have different political differences, you're not allowed to do this job, so she shouldn't work. That's very tolerant of all of you. Biden's ASL interpreter manages a pro-Trump Facebook group that provides sign language accompaniments to right-wing videos. Her name is Heather Mushaw. Man, I wish I was deaf after hearing that name. Was introduced by Press Secretary Jen Psaki from Pfizer. I love doing that. As today's interpreter. Heather, on Monday's administration. Okay, so Hands of Liberty Facebook page. It's featured ASL interpreters providing sign language accompaniments to videos with Trump and Giuliani. So it's like not just her. She was pictured in a MAGA hat. So what's the point of this article that she shouldn't work? All she's doing is her job. She's just translating. It doesn't mean she supports it. I mean, it just goes on and on about all the examples of, she was in one about what really happened on January 6th. Thank you, Trump, from the right side ASL team. Wore a MAGA hat signed to Trump dancing to YMCA. I mean, so it says here, according to Time, a comment on the post was addressed to Heather, was reported by the page's administrator. The page later resurfaced as Hands of Liberty, appeared to be deleted from Facebook. Before the page was taken down, a disclaimer read, "This isn't our original video. Hands of Liberty provides, upon request, ASL interpreting accommodations to the deaf community for inaccessible online video content. The service is provided by volunteers." Again, it doesn't mean she supports it. And also, don't you want deaf people to be able to have access? So they've already started a petition to have her removed from ASL interpreting for the White House. So where's the unity going to come from if she's not allowed to keep her job? I don't understand. Yeah, here it is. Speaking about the inclusion of an ASL interpreter, Ms. Psaki, whatever her fucking name is, said the President Biden's committed to building an America that's more inclusive, more just, and more accessible, including Americans with disabilities and their families, but not people who supported the other guy. I mean, that's fucking bonkers. That is batshit crazy. My ear is really hurting me. I don't know if it's because I've been talking so much, streaming, or if I'm got an infection of some sort. The fuck is going on? Better not be the Rona. All right. This better be the last time. I mean, Yahoo has been the gift that keeps giving tonight. Just too bad I have a shitty attitude, huh? So yeah, they're facing a backlash for lifting the stay-at-home order. The Alaska DMV is investigating Nazi vanity plates. Massachusetts man charged with murder after running over black man and racist attacked. Boy. Tesla CEO Elon Musk loses billions, touts Etsy and GameStop, lands rockets. Why did he lose? Why did Tesla? Why did they lose billions? What happened? Dropped nearly 8%. It lost 13.5 billion. So he's still doing fine. I kind of love Etsy and GameStop. Little shout out. All right. Let's do it. Let's check Twitter. Oh man, I think I'm crashing. I think fuck. I didn't mean to do that. My ear hurts. I really was planning on doing a PI video tonight, like a proper one. China uses anal swabs to test for Rona. Let's see. Let's see. How about that's? I'm trying to think of something to comment on. I'm thinking maybe that's about the size of a Chinese cock. How about that? That'll definitely piss people off. A second DC police officer committed suicide. Great. The news just gets better and better. Philanthropists have donated 1.75 billion to Rona research. Let's see. This is personal for me and millions of others. You can drop the price of GME after hours, $120. I'm not going anywhere. You can pay for thousands of Reddit bots I'm holding. You can get every mainstream media outlet to demonize us. I don't care. GME, I guess I know this is a joke of some sort. I just don't know what GME is. What's GME after hours? Or maybe she's not making a joke. I don't know what's going on. All right. These people want electric vehicles. Maybe you guys should do some walking instead of worrying about electric vehicles. Let's see what we got here. Biden begins staffing commission aimed at Supreme Court reform. What does that mean? Does that mean adding another justice? What does that mean? You guys want to find out? My ear hurts. I'm going to keep complaining until someone acts like they give a fuck. The Biden administration begins setting up a commission. It's going to 9 to 15 people are going to be appointed. They're going to study court reform. I want to know what that means. I'm skimming this and everything just keeps repeating. So many articles just repeat themselves in various ways. Have you ever noticed that? I mean, look, it's like, okay, here's the headline. Staffing commission to study Supreme Court reform. Okay. Then the first sentence. Commission Supreme Court reform. Okay. And 9 to 15 people, the commission. And some professors and shit. Harvard law people, Bush era attorneys. There's a bunch of jerk offs will be on there. Commission. And in favor of court reform. Commission, court reform. Stances on court reform. I don't know. Maybe this is a bad example. Maybe this is me. Again, maybe I have an attitude tonight. It would have nothing to do with the issue of fudge packing or court packing or adding judges to federal courts. So that's interesting. He's saying it's not about fudge packing or court packing. Okay. Going to come back in 180 days with recommendations on how to reform it. Because it's getting out of whack. It's not about court packing. It's a number of other things that our constitutional scholars have debated. They've looked to see what recommendations that commission might make. So that's interesting. Okay. So if he's going to say that there's some flaws and maybe we could make it better. Whatever. Anybody else exhausted from the fire hose of nuttiness? It's like Trump is gone and the world is still just crazy. She bought stock in AMC, or he did. That's really funny. People are just, they're doing it up. San Francisco Unified District's going to rename 44 schools they found inappropriate. I talked about this before. And yeah, one of them's Abraham Lincoln. Unbelievable. All right, I'm hungry. I'm going to do a real quick thing on PI. So this is what's going on. I'm going to tell you where I'm at. I've learned that I should pick one goddamn market and study that and really learn it and understand it and not be involved in a bunch. So I talked about it before. So I did get out of a bunch. I'm still in a couple of here. Like this one here, it's I'm up $11 now, and I took a beating on this before. I'm tempted while I'm up $11 since it would soften the blow from the loss I had, and I don't know what I'm fucking doing on this one. Maybe just take the stupid $11, take the whole thing out, and add it to my cash balance up here. This is money that's not invested up here. That's available to me. And same thing with the Newsom recall thing. Take the $2.75. Take this, add it to my cash balance, and stay with just this one. because this one um, is a completely different situation. So the other thing I've learned is I'm part of a Discord server now where there's all kinds of amazingly brilliant people uh, that you can just sit there and watch the chat and learn a ton. So I am asking questions and like posting my bets and stuff. But I mean, these people, they know a ridiculous amount. I mean, oh, my Discord username? That's right, you haven't been here. It's just it's my name. The problem, we were having a problem with for some reason when I would try to forward the link, it wouldn't work. I have no reason to think it would now. I could try it for fun. Let's see. See if that link works. Last night it wasn't working. It was saying the invite was invalid for some reason. I could load my here. I could open up Discord and get you a real invite. That one's not going to work, I'm pretty sure. So here, I'll tell you what. My hard drive hasn't been spinning tonight. Somebody, I forget his name. We need. Oh, his name's. Remember the guy that would sometimes come by the show called We Need Critical Thinking. He mentioned that he couldn't rewind my live show, and I think that's because I was doing that ultra low latency. But I don't really know what he means, and I had no idea I could even control that. So, um, if anybody knows what he's talking about, perhaps you could test that out for me. I think you should be able to rewind my show. Actually, I could do it on my other computer. Yeah, I forgot I have the other computer sitting right here. All right, I'm going to give you a proper invite. Invite people. And let's see. Maybe that's what it was. It looks like invite link expires after a day. Is that the way that is? That's probably why I'm having a problem. Okay, let's see. I'm in Zach Waldman. Invite people. Oh, hidden. Use copy button. This is so strange. Why is Discord such a little bitch? That one should have told you sooner, but I thought it was just the way you wanted it set up. No, I can't rewind your show. Never have been able to. I didn't even know I could control that. All right, so I thought it was due to the latency issue. All right, I got to figure out where that control is then. But that link should work. I realize now the reason the other link wasn't working, I see the message now. The link expires after a day. That's pretty fucking lame. I wonder if there's a way to change that. Or if that's a Discord, if that's the way Discord is set up. I don't know. I will deal with that later, though. Okay, cool. No, man, you're the one that encouraged me to get on there, and I've been using it, and now I'm in this. So I've got one. Jesus, my fucking hair. I've got one for the show, but I also am part of one for PI. And these people just know so much more than I do. And so basically, I've been following their guidance, but I am learning a lot. So I've got a long way to go. But I'm sitting good on this. I think this vote is probably not going to happen until Monday, is my recollection. So when this vote actually happens, based on their calculations, it's a little insider tip for anybody watching this. They're thinking it's going to probably be one of these right here, right? So I've got yes on what they call B2, B3, and B4, right? B2, B3, B4. This is B1 up here. So I've got no on B1, yes on B2, 3, and 4. When the vote actually happens, you'll get to a point, and I already did this with a different trade I made money on. There'll be a point where it becomes obvious who the winner is going to be. So people start dumping their shares and switching sides. Now, in some of these real extreme ones, it's probably not going to happen, right? These 99 cents, 98 cents, 96, those are the outliers. But something great, but among, if let's just assume it is B2, 3, or 4, there's no reason to stay there to the very end. If there's 54 yays and it's clear there's 10 more people, there's going to be 55. It might be, you might start selling that shit off. If there's 2 more people, you might sit there waiting to sell it off. And, so the point is, you're going to get the fuck out of it when you know. And if you know for sure, okay, this is it, it's mathematically, it's got to be between 55 to 59, you could sell these, the other ones off as well. And sometimes, maybe even put more into the winner. Point is, the bets I have are based on information I'm getting from following people, who are smart. I'm not giving this to you as advice, and they're not giving it to me as advice themselves. This is just a group of people, and I'm learning, and so I'm kind of following the lead of particular people. I'm not doing what everybody's doing. Not everybody there's doing the same thing. But so far, so good. It's looking good. Got my little payout schedule here. So it could be awesome. I'm excited for that. After getting my ass kicked a day or two ago from the Mitch McConnell incident. And then all right, so and I guess that's about it. Here's something interesting I learned that I didn't understand before. If you add up these where I've got the yeses, so that's 28. Can't see. I gotta move this thing over here. Plus 33 plus 22. Okay, that equals 83 cents. Now, the 83, so that means across those 3 bets combined, my chance right now, based on the market, you add those together to get an 83% chance. So as it stands, my profit would be 83 minus $1, so 17 cents per share. Okay. But what they were teaching me, it's pretty amazing, is let's pretend I'm watching this market, and at some point, these 3 numbers, instead of adding up to 83 cents, add up to over $1. Well, then you're in a position where you can go ahead and sell everything off and make more money then immediately than you would by waiting till the end. And then what you can do If it goes past another threshold, he gave me the number. I think it's maybe a dollar 11. So if you add up all three and it's over a buck, you can sell them right then for a profit. But if it goes over, I think a dollar 11, I think was the number, then you can then buy the no side and get negative risk and get money on the opposite side immediately, because then you have negative risk happening. Negative risk is when you take all of the no sides and you get back your risk in the market is reduced every time you buy the no side. And so you buy the no and you buy another no, your risk in the market overall, they're separate bets, but your overall risk in the market is reduced. And so as you buy no's, you'll start to see the amount of money you have go up. Like all these no's I have, if I started selling them back, you would see money leaving my available cash balance. Some of that money that's sitting there is given to me because, but I'm not fully in negative risk though. But you still take the no's because the pennies add up and you get some money back. So, have you been, Jordan? Have you joined PI yet? So I'm up $39 for the day, and the markets are about to close here. Finally, having an up day. Not yet. Well, don't do it yet. I might have I told them I have a podcast and a blog about this, and I'm trying to get a promo code from them. They're kind of stingy with the promo codes, but I'm up $39 today. And so here's the thing: this private this Discord server I'm on. One of the things they have. In addition to a community of really knowledgeable people, some of these people provide you with spreadsheets and shit so you can analyze what the fuck you're doing. But they also have bots you can run. So instead of having to go to these things and do the math, you can run this little bot and it'll tell you if there's any markets that have negative risk. And if there is, it'll tell you how many shares to buy in each bracket to get the most money back. And it'll tell you how much money you'll get back before you do it. So sometimes I've seen that negative risk is available, but it's only like 12 cents. And it's like, oh, buy 400 shares in this bracket and 300 shares in this bracket. It would be a lot of money that I don't have to buy that number of shares in each bracket. And for a 12-cent profit, right? But there's other times I've seen it where you don't need so many shares and the profit's like $12 or whatever. But other times it'll get crazy. It'll be like $350. I haven't seen one of those yet. But I think that was more the norm during, when the election season was crazy. Things are kind of slow right now. I shouldn't say that. There's plenty to gamble on. And these Senate confirmation hearings are actually pretty exciting. I can't believe I never imagined I'd be watching Senate confirmation hearings like I was watching a football game. It's pretty fucking amazing. So, yeah, I feel like I should just get the fuck out of this next European leader out of office. Get out of I feel like I'm not going to do it yet. This thing's about to close. I'm just going to hold on to it for now, but I feel like selling both of these off, having the cash available here, and saving it and focusing on nothing except for this bet, which I believe this vote happens on Monday, I believe. And the rest of the time, just watching the Discord server and learning and reading the books I have on the topic and shit, because that was a mistake to be in too many markets. Oh, you weren't. God, that's right. You have not been here. I hope you're okay, man. Like I said, I've been really depressed. I hope you haven't been as well, because you haven't been around. But I placed, I won. I had, taken all long shot bets. Okay, so this is what happened. Bet DSL on Thanksgiving gave me a free $20 bet. It was one of those bonus things where you have to bet it through a certain number of times before you can turn it into cash that you can actually withdraw. So I took the $25 and I had placed it on different UFC fights, and I had like about $85 in there or something. Then I took Dustin Poirier versus McGregor, and he was the underdog, and I had two different bets placed on him, one with better odds than the other, and he won. So I ended up with like $158 in bonus money. So I took all 158 and I put a parlay down for the Super Bowl. I've got Tampa Bay and the under. So on Bet DSL, it pays like $611 if I hit the parlay. And the Bucks are getting 3.5 points, and the over under was 56.5. So I've got the Bucks and the under as a parlay. I wonder, like, it's not real money, it's like, I mean, I don't even know after this bet if that there's a little meter that is like, oh, this is how much you have to keep gambling this until you can turn it into money. So I don't know if I win this bet, if that's like a big enough bet, if I've fucking gambled this thing enough times that they'll finally let me turn it into cash. If they do, I don't know what I'll do with it. If I have $600 in a Bet DSL account, that's like what I have in my savings account. I'd probably take it out and put it in my savings account and be like, I just doubled my savings. But the thing is, why did I bring that up? What I was gonna say though, since it's bonus money, I guess you could make the argument that I could I could hedge that bet, right? Because if I deposited real money and bet the other side of it, I mean, I could also go to an entirely different sports book and deposit money. Every time you open up one of these accounts, they give you bonus money. So I could go to a different sports book, open that, get the bonus money, and bet the other side of this as a hedge, and come out ahead in bonus dollars. And if I win this parlay for $611, cool. And if I lose $158, but if I lose it, I'll bet 158. I guess. Although, I don't even know what the other side would be. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be what would I do? Take Tampa and the over? I mean, Tampa could still fucking lose. So you would need to take, I don't know. What's the opposite of a how would you take the opposite side of a parlay? I guess I could just take straight bets up, take a straight bet up on Kansas City, right? Just bet on Kansas City as a favorite. And then, I don't know. I guess I'd have to sit down and figure out and work it out what I'd have to bet. But I do have some, I was getting interested in sports betting. I've never done it. I mean, I've bet on sports, but I've never like studied it and really got into it. But I've been listening to some podcasts and I've got some books. I know prop bets are a lot of times a favorite of sharp bettors. That Super Bowl props get crazy, and there's a lot of wacky things you could take advantage of in the market. So I might look at that. By the way, I do have an affiliate link for BetDSL. I've been happy with them. There it is right there. If you go to zachwellman.com/betdsl, I think the deal is if you use that link right there and you deposit $100, they give you $200 in bonus cash. It's a good deal. So that's there. And we didn't check on, let's check on the price of Bitcoin. We haven't checked that out. When it tanked, I was like, I'm going to buy some more. I'm going to buy another $39 worth. Cause I was like, I knew this I know it's going to go back up. If it's still cheap right now, oh, really? You want two-step verification? The problem is when I hit these keys, it's going to make my scenes change. All right. Hold on. Told you. All right. What do we got? I'm down to the most it was ever at was like, oh, we could see right here. It was at 85.18. Oh, 87.14. So 87.14 was the most it ever went up to. Remember, it started with $39 donation from Jordan. I took Jordan's $39 donation. It was a $40 donation, but there was some processing fee. By the way, little tip for everybody out there. If you ever send somebody to money with PayPal, choose the friends and family. You have to, it's not that obvious, but if you look for it, you'll see that there's a friends and family option and there's no fee. Anyway, $39. And it was as high as 87.18 there. Still a profit, 64.67. It's plummeted to just $31,000. I feel like now is a good time to buy more Bitcoin. I'm gonna fucking get out of PI and throw 100 in a Bitcoin because you know this shit's coming back. There's no way the Bitcoin's done with. Now that's what Peter Schiff was. Peter Schiff is always talking about he's positive Bitcoin is a bubble. It's going to fall apart. He says Bitcoin is a combination of a Ponzi scheme. It has elements of both a Ponzi scheme and a pyramid scheme. And so what he was saying about his opinion on what was going on with the GameStop thing, he's like, this isn't people getting revenge on billionaires. This is people doing the same shit they do with Bitcoin. They're on secret message boards or whatever. They're all pumping it up and they're using memes and shit to, go viral. And then they're getting out and other people, if they get out, good. But if they keep staying around, eventually it's going to come crashing down and there are going to be people that lose money doing that. So that was Peter Schiff's take. So he feels Bitcoin's the same shit, that it goes up in value when a bunch of people decide to pump and dump it. So Jordan, who do you have for the Super Bowl, my friend? Do you have any bets yet? And who were you rooting for? Who do you got is what I'm saying. I'm so rude. I didn't ask. I got really wrapped up. I was very excited that someone asked. I was talking about it the other night. No one seemed to give a shit. I didn't even know the Super Bowl was happening so soon. I mean, it's like, shit, that's right. It's right on the corner. So my unemployment, I haven't gotten it in a long time. It all started when they said that someone tried to change my address or something, and it was fraudulent activity. But I think it's bullshit because a bunch of friends of mine got the same exact message. I think it was just a sweeping thing they did. So all of us had our unemployment frozen. Then it said you'll get further instructions January 6th. And it was a few days, it was like maybe close to a week after that, few days to a week. I get a message that's like, okay, you have to verify yourself using this thing, verify ID. So I did it, but I didn't get any kind of confirmation or anything. A buddy of mine did the same shit. He got his unemployment. I didn't. A week goes by, and I'm like, I got a sneaking suspicion. I'm going to do it again. So I verified it again, and sure enough, this time it was like, oh, you're now verified. And I got a confirmation and the whole thing. I was like, motherfucker. When I asked my buddy, I was like, did you get a confirmation? He's like, oh, no, really. I was like, he told me no, actually. He's like, no. I haven't thought long enough about it. Honestly, man, you're right about the depression shit. I've been asleep since Sunday. It's going around. Somebody put that out on Twitter. They're like, has everybody been depressed lately? It's just me. And everybody was like, no, something's going on. I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know what it is, bro. But it's been fucking brutal lately, brother. I'm glad you're here though. By the way, my Super Bowl betting, I always take the under. And I mean, I'm sorry, I always take two things. My Super Bowl bet is the same pretty much every year. I take the underdog and either the under or the over. Usually the under, I think. I don't know what, but anyway, then after that, that's just my kind of thing I do. And not that I know anything. I've done well over the years though. I think I've only ever lost one or two Super Bowl bets ever since I started betting on it, which, you know, is pretty much the only sporting event other than UFC I would bet on is the Super Bowl. John McAfee, near 76, oldest man in this prison. My trial may not happen for 2 years. If extradited, then years of delays, appeals before the courts decide my guilt. I haven't filed for 8 years, but I owe no taxes. I may be in my mid 80s. Will make the Guinness Book of Records. I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about John McAfee. I don't know if he really had something to do with a murder or not. The documentary didn't paint him in the best light, but he seems like a fucking, if not brilliant guy, at the very least interesting. And I'm not so sure he belongs in prison. I'm not sold on the idea that John McAfee belongs in prison. Surprised Trump didn't pardon him. You wouldn't care if the Chiefs or the Bucks won. I just want to see a really good game down to the end. Yeah, I figure. Didn't Kansas City already win a Super Bowl recently, like a year or two ago? And also, I'm a Floridian, so popular YouTuber just got his own slots area inside the plaza, just like Bugsy Siegel would have wanted. That's a funny. Who is it? Let's see. I can't see. I can't see who the YouTuber is because this fucking graphic gets smaller with. I'm so confused. Can you guys make out? This is the plaza. Brian Christopher? Is that what that says? I've never heard of him. At risk of sounding like an old 25-year-old fuddy duddy, what the hell? I don't know. I don't know that I care about that. I'm gonna like it because I like anything Vegas, just because I want to make it sure it shows up in my feed. If you own Dogecoin, hit that retweet. Let's get it to 50 cents. What's Dogecoin? Oh man, this is a thing now. Everybody's pumping and dumping everything. So, according to Peter Schiff, this is not some rebellion against rich people, this pump and dump thing. It's just other people taking advantage of people that don't know anything. Tens of thousands of voters drop Republican affiliation after Capitol riot. Well, at least somebody has some taste. I left the Democratic Party years ago. Next stock up, wet seal. Let's go. That's very funny. Too bad Radio Shack's not around. How about that as a tweet? I like that. If only Radio Shack was. I hate this fucking keyboard. If only Radio Shack was still around to take advantage of these soaring. If only Radio Shack was still around to take advantage of these soaring retail stocks. Pump and dump. Radio Shack is still around. Maybe I was wondering if they were still around. Oh, so okay, hold on. Someone just told me. Save. Let's see. Radio Shack. Oh, look, there it is. There we go. Comp USA, Circuit. There's no more Circuit City. They're definitely gone. Comp USA, that's funny. Too funny, man. It's just funny. It feels mischievous. Conservative cell phones. Let's take a look. Stimulus checks are coming. Good Lord, I have plenty of money. Keep your handouts and give them to the needy. I'm abundantly blessed. Jenna Ryan, 23 hours ago. Help support Jenna Ryan by donating or retweeting. I'm accepting donations to pay legal fees and losses due to my arrest and charges by the FBI for protesting at the Capitol. Thanks for your support. Wow, Jenna Ryan. That is pretty fucking funny. That is hilarious. All right. How am I still broadcasting? I'm fucking hungry and tired. You know what, though? At least my ear's not hurting so much. I think it was from talking so much. And now that I've been kind of just mellowing out this last bit, my throat, I think it's just been a lot of talking. But I've been fucking depressed too. So, I'm with you, Jordan. The White House is monitoring. I can't stop. This to me, this is just amazing shit that's going on here. The White House is monitoring the situation with GameStop and the stock market. That's fucking amazing. They've soared more than 1,200%. The shares have soared more than 1,200%. It's a good reminder the stock market isn't the only measure of the health of our economy. No, like they say on the Hill, the stock market is a graph of rich people's feelings. Janet Yellen's looking into it. This is so fucking fascinating.
Kind of concerned about the stock market activity we're seeing around GameStop, and now with some other stocks as well, including the subsidiaries or whatever the company that was Blockbuster. And have there been any conversations with the SEC about how to? Well, I'm also.
Don't you love it now that the game the rig system that they have, regular people got to their hands in on it and got their hands in on it and gamed it, and now they want to fuck. Where are the regulations?
Happy to repeat that we have the first female Treasury Secretary and a team that's surrounding her. And
Who gives a fuck? Really? That was your response? Is we have the first female Treasury Secretary? Who gives a donkey dick up your ass? Oh, diversity's your answer. Your fake diversity. I just want to remind you that yes, they are pumping and dumping stocks at will in on Discord servers. By the way, they banned a Discord server, and they said it wasn't because of the stock trading; it was because of hate speech. And it was like, give me a break. It was because it was another place where they were getting together to pump and dump. Her response was, so what do you think about the manipulation of the market? Does it show it's a big farce and that it's a bunch of bullshit? Is that what it shows? It has nothing to do with the economy, that it's just all a sham? Is that what it shows us? What's your opinion there? Yeah, would you?
happy to repeat that we have the first female Treasury Secretary.
I had to hear it again. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Oh, well, I guess we're on good. Everything's gonna be fine, everybody. A vagina is sitting behind a desk. There's a team surrounding her. I hope it's a bunch of smart people. I don't care what their fucking genders are. I just hope they're smart. Exactly. Jordan's saying in the chat, if they stop Discord, if they shut down a Discord server for hate speech, then half the servers I've been invited to could not exist. Exactly. I thought the whole idea is they were private. I had no idea that they could even like come in and shut. Of course, they'll shut anybody down nowadays. It's not a measure at all of the health of the economy. It's a rigged game. It's a casino. 17-year-olds with apps on their phone are fucking millionaires. Boy, K-shaped recovery. Everything she's saying is like memorized, right? Jesus. Ugh. Not off to a good start with your diversity. Wow. That was amazing. The Wall Street Bets subreddit is down. That was Wednesday morning. I don't know if it's up now. Vanguard, TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab's online trading platforms experienced interruptions. Thousands of users reporting issues on Down Detector. TD Ameritrade told Insider the issues were due to heavy volume. It's like a fucking, it's like a denial of service attack by everybody buying a share of a stock. It's too funny. I love it. I'm sorry. It's the greatest thing. That's something we can relish in enjoying. All right, I'm gonna eat something, and but I hope you feel better, Jordan. Thanks for hanging with me. I'm sure Lizzie fell asleep. Because Miss B said goodbye, but Lizzie probably just fell asleep. But Jordan, thank you for sticking around with me. You never did give me directions for your new zinger stinger. You still haven't told me what you want. Yeah, I'll fix it for you. You even gave me an extra dono for it. How's the PAX, by the way? You enjoying that? Did you hook it up to your smartphone there? You don't suck. I suck because you gave me money for something I haven't done for you. How's the PAX? Cool. Yeah, it's neat, right? It hooks up to your phone, right? I don't know if all the models do that. I had a model that I got for free a couple of years back. It hooked up to your phone. Pretty cool. Well, looks like everybody that's here has already hit that thumbs up button. I appreciate it. Make sure if you haven't subscribed, though, do that. Hit the little notification bell, choose all, and then you'll know when I go live or upload nude videos. Yeah, I might resort to nude videos soon. Maybe that's what I need is to turn my OnlyFans into turn the Zach Wellman fan club into like an OnlyFans situation. Just jack off for a fucking $1 a day. If you'd like to join the Zach Wellman fan club, I promise I won't jack off in there. You can learn some magic tricks, some bar bets. Truthfully, you can save more money on free drinks using the bar bets in there than Lizzie just woke back up. I woke her up with the thing. That's funny. It's $5 a stinking month or 50 a year. I teach you this one thing where you can get 3 shots of booze for $1. I mean, right there, depending on what town you're in LA, that'd be $50 right there. That'd cover you for a whole year of the Zach Waldman fan club. But also, I teach you magic tricks. There's some uncensored exclusive content, adding more stuff all the time. So go to zachwellman.com/fans. Thank you for your support, Lizzie. And I will see everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. And blob diddy blah, blob diddy blob diddy blah. Of course, I'm going to play you out with a little Reverend Carl. That's the way we do it here. It is tradition. And it's also tradition for me to let you know how much I do appreciate you. So you're supporting me. And I don't know what the fuck's going to happen next. But I do know that I love you all more than chocolate cake.